episode 45. I cannot believe it. I say it all the time. I never thought we'd get this far.
I know, 5 to 50.
I'm telling you, 5 to 50.
Yeah.
And the reason why I am so comfortable that we're going to get to 50 is because this episode 45, if that's a power number. 4 and 5 is 9. Now, 9 is a very strong number in numerology. And one of the things I had asked Sly was the story about how he chose certain locations. I knew some of that story, but I wanted to hear more because I had read about it, but I wanted to hear what Sly's remembrances of how he chose things. And he had said that his mother was so strong in numerology in the original Rocky that if they were running short, if they couldn't find a location that was either going to allow them to film or they were like tied on a location, the mother, Jackie, said, go with something that has a 9 in it. 9's a power number. So you have 1818 Tusculum Street. Right. 1 and 8 is 9. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 and 9 is 18. Yep. You have Rocky's house, right? Yep. You have the 2313 South Lambert Street. That adds up to 9.
Right.
Rocky says that in the movie.
He does.
9. Yes. 9. Okay. So I remember standing off to the side with him, and it was in between Creed 2. There was it was the day they were filming the Drago Rocky scene inside the restaurant. And so Sly was puffing on a cigar, and he's got the Rocky fedora on. And I was standing there, and I'm just, I cannot believe I'm discussing this with him. And so I lean in, and I go, Sly, the Front Street Gym doesn't add up to 9, and there's no 9 in it. I was just being cute and smart alecky in a very supportive, naturing, loving way.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. He goes like this. Nobody asked my input on the gym. And it was like the perfect answer, you know, and knowing what we know about all the Creed stuff going on and all that stuff. It's just like, here's the guy who did the whole thing, and he's like, you know, back away, and they're not asking him more. And it's just, you know, it was a classic answer. I'll never forget the way he said that. Anyways, so episode 45, or power number 9, and we are on our way to 50. And what happens at 50, Stacy? We just got done discussing what we're going to give away. Why don't you tell everyone what one lucky fan is going to be given?
I heard one lucky fan is going to be given.
Go ahead. Drum roll. Go ahead.
A special message from Rocky himself for his 50th birthday.
That's true. That's very true. And if that doesn't happen, we're going to be auctioning off this cough drop that I had in my pocket during Rocky Balboa when I was on set at the Victor Cafe. This cough drop has the energy of Rocky in it. It has the magical essence of the character. So once we get to episode 50, if no one's turning 50, then we're going to auction off this
Keep punching cough drop.
The keep punching cough drop. Exactly right, people. This is one of the highest budgeted podcasts out there. Ever. I mean, of all million podcasts, this may be the highest budgeted.
Yeah, the responsibility is just overwhelming.
People don't understand, Stacy. They don't understand us. They don't know our pain.
Don't you know who we are?
Don't you know who we are? Well, speaking of who we are, rather speaking of who I am, I happen to be a very grateful son.
Oh.
As you guys know, my mom had a few hiccups with some heart issues, and so she's doing just fine. She's home. My father's got her cleaning the house, washing the car, doing a bicep workout. She's cutting the grass and pruning the trees. So, you know, and a dad has got to take it easy. All right. As the man of the house. No, I literally just got off the phone with my mom and dad a few hours ago, and dad's doing everything around the house. He's taking care of her, and mom is getting stronger slowly and slowly every day. So, it wasn't it could have been a major catastrophe of epic proportions if this issue wasn't caught, but everything was caught, and so now they're on the road to just figuring it out and making everything better. So she's doing very well, and I really appreciate a lot of messages I received. Stacy, you got a couple of messages from some people.
I did.
And so that really, when you see that, it makes you stop and think, oh, there are people out there who it's not just about Rocky. It's not just about what's new in the Stallone world. They, people that watch this really care. And I find that incredibly beautiful and caring. So from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of my parents' heart, and my brother's heart, and my sister-in-law and my wife.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for the good the good vibes.
And thank you for giving the update, because people were messaging me. They didn't want to bug you, but they wanted to make sure you were okay. We got a lot of messages with concern over her, so that was very, very sweet. So I'm glad you let everyone know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Want to let them know.
Yeah.
Now on to some new stuff. What else is going on in the Rocky Files podcast land?
Well, so as we are developing our bubble, I wanted to start something. And actually, Tim and I were talking about this. We need to get everybody's birthday. I want everybody's birthday who follows us closely, and any one of our past guests. I got a message from Brian Safard's wife, Tiffany, about a month ago, and she was so excited. Did I not upload it? I don't think I did, but there's one picture. I'm going to insert it right here. She wrapped his gifts in custom Rocky wrapping paper. I was like, that is awesome. So I just wanted to show a few pictures of them. So Brian was one of our guests.
Right.
Here he is. He is episode 25. And these are some of the pictures you might have seen back then. His birthday is Thursday, the 11th. When this airs, it will be his 50th birthday. We just wanted to say very, very happy birthday to you, Brian. You were a great guest. And, as we always say with all of our guests, life spares no one. And his story, as all of them are, required a little bit of Rocky to get through it. So there he is. Yeah.
I have to say, maybe the red couch. The red couch, I have to say, is probably, that looks like the most comfortable pillows he has on that red couch. They look huge.
Oh, let's go back. Oh, yes.
They look so comfortable. What is that, velour? What is that?
It does look that way.
It just looks like, what is that, crushed velvet? I love that. Whatever that is, I want to be draped in that in my coffin when I die, okay? That looks so relaxing.
Comfortable. Like you're asleep in no time. So we do have,
I love that.
We have a surprise.
We do?
We got a message for Brian.
We do?
From Rocky himself. You want
to
see it? He did. It's amazing.
My God. Rocky chimed in.
He chimed
Roll
in.
that beautiful baked bean footage.
Yo, Brian, it's me, the almost Italian stallion, and today, August 11th, is your 50th birthday. Congratulations. Now, running a gym like you do, that's gonna serve you as well. Cause turning 50, your body starts getting angry with all the calisthenics you've been doing, right? It likes to sleep in, hugging the pillow. So when this happens, get up and go for it. Never give in and always keep punching.
Nice.
Hey, that guy, that is a very handsome guy. I mean, I have to tell you,
Really?
I mean, he borders on extraordinary. I mean,
right. Hollywood.
Yes, yes, he may have mental problems as well, but that's besides the point, because he was totally correct. And Brian, we hope you have a great birthday.
Very, very happy birthday. I'm not far behind you, my friend. January. It's my turn for the big
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
It's literally like instantly. It's just gray hair. It's like you get hunchback syndrome, can't arthritic, forget things.
Yeah, the memory. That is true. Can I tell you, the memory it's not good. That's already hit. But anyway. My friend. What else do we have?
What else we have today? We do have Listen, what about Wolfie? There's a new dog.
I know.
There's a new dog in the Stallone family. He just posted some pictures. What did he name this guy?
Cute.
Dwight.
Dwight, which is so funny because I have an uncle Dwight. I was like, oh, that's kind of a funny name. I wonder if that's his name what he came with, I guess.
It might be. I'm wondering if Sly has shin guards on to protect against the bites from the dog. If the dog, because dogs love to nibble a little,
Right.
you know. I had a bull mastiff that used to do that, but that is a beautiful picture.
Isn't that cute?
I mean, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous dog.
Look at that face.
Oh, the boot. Oh, okay, I got it. He's got his cowboy boots on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sly, if you're watching, sorry. I see the top half there. Okay. They look great. Look at that picture.
This little expression. Look at his little expression.
My God. He's
Isn't he cute? He's like a little person in a dog's body.
He reminds me of a Gerber baby that's very hairy. A Gerber baby on the baby food, you know, the little eyes looking up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a lucky dog.
Great.
That's a very lucky dog.
You know, Sly has always been such a huge dog lover. Oh, he's always had dogs, always. Of course, the best dog being Butkus. You know, there's one thing. Maybe when Sly does the podcast, maybe we can ask him about his Butkus. I heard a rumor, and I don't know if this is true. I know it's true that Butkus died during the filming of Rocky 3. I know Butkus. There is a rumor there was some type of altercation with two other dogs, and Butkus had a heart attack. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Do you hear a little bird flying around, a little mechanical bird? I hear a mechanical bird.
I don't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it went out the window, Stacy.
It's gone now.
So I think I heard that there was a deleted scenes of Rocky 3 with Butkus. And I don't know if that's true. I don't know if Sly was just a little upset and too sad to put Butkus in the movie time. I don't know. So I mean, I'd like to ask him on that. That's a great question. It's kind of interesting. Because you know, the internet is not always accurate. And
really, I thought that was 100% ironclad facts.
Yeah, I know. So did I. I tried some of the online recipes. No,
not good. Not liars.
Good. No. You know when the kids in Harry Potter make that concoction? They become like a teacher, and another one becomes like a horse or a dog or something. Yes, I turned into a combination of everything I love, and it was very odd for like an hour. It was strange, very, very strange. Anyways, we need to move off.
Move on. I'm gonna save you.
All right, fine.
I wanted to show. This is how cute my mother is. So you know how our little mascot is two little turtles. So my mom loves jewelry, and so she was unpacking all her jewelry. She has a million pins, right? And so she had a ladybug and a giraffe and a dragonfly, and I was like, do you have any turtles? And then she looks at me, she's like, oh yeah, turtles. And she's looking through, she didn't have any. So she went online and she bought me this.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Isn't that cute? She wanted me to have something.
Look at that. A big and a little. Is that a big and a little turtle?
A big and a little turtle. But she was like, I wanted to find one with two.
I love that.
So that's our mascot and jewelry. I just wanted to thank her for that. That was very sweet.
That is actually really, really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah. I'm glad she got that. I think so. Next week you're gonna have to wear that on your sweater, your blouse, whatever it is you got going on.
Yeah.
And then on your other side, you have to get a safety pin and a watch, and you're gonna have to pin the watch just like Adrian did. Yes! She had the watch pinned to her sweater. Wouldn't that be great if you just had that walked around all the time?
Yes. I got my little Adrian hair going to that.
Yeah, exactly. That could work. That could seriously work. Anyway. So are we just gonna bore people to death this week with stupid stories, or is there do we want to get some food and eat on camera and critique each other's chewing?
No, we have a guest. He's not quite here yet, but
not here yet.
He promises he's coming. But I'll introduce him anyway. So this young man, his name is Noah, and he is better known as the Stallone Kid on YouTube. And he's only 15. And we know that Stallone loves the young people, and it always warms my heart when I see Stallone fans that aren't 50, like all of us 50 something, you know, and so just find such a young person. And so on YouTube, the Stallone Kid, he does all these movie reviews and reactions to and all this stuff. He does feel like a little bit of an old soul to me, but really cute. I don't want to say cute, but you know what I mean. Actually very well done. I have to say, because like I said, yeah, no, they're very well done, and he really, really thinks through his critique or his thoughts on something. And I'm like, wow. So beyond his years for sure. He will be here shortly, but his name is Noah the Stallone Kid. You can find him on Instagram and YouTube. And he also has a Cobra Kai channel, and like us, he's a Cobra Kai fan. So we have a lot in common with him. So as soon as he arrives, we will
go down the green room. We'll have Stanley and Arthur bring him through security, pat him down, make sure he's not packing anything.
Right.
And may have a Hershey's bar or may have a bag of chips on him, but we'll allow him into the studio with that.
Yes. Absolutely. All right. We'll be back. All right. Well, I got notice that our guest has arrived.
Are they in the green room?
They are in the green room and ready to go.
Well, so they've gone through security?
Yes.
Okay. They've been taken care of. They're not sick. They don't have COVID. They don't have monkeypox. They're in great shape. All right. Bring this person in here.
Bring him in. Noah, hang on, honey. Boom. There he is. Hey.
What's up, guys? Hey.
What's up, Noah?
Thank you for letting me on this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. We're so glad we got you. You are a busy young man. We've had some hard times scheduling you. Tell us what you're busy with. You got a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, I have two channels. My main channel is about the TV show Cobra Kai, which is very active right now. So there's a lot of promotion going on that I'm trying to cover. So that's what I've been really busy with. But and then also my Stallone Kid channel and also all sorts of stuff. And but I'm happy to be on. You know, I love you, Mike Cunningham. I've been watching you for a long time, and this podcast is amazing. And
thanks, buddy.
It's happy. It's great to be on.
Oh,
thank you, my man. What's on your hat? What is that? What logo is that?
It's Miyagi-Do.
Nice.
I thought I recognized that. Nice. I mean, hey, when is the next season coming back on of Cobra Kai? Because I love this.
Season 5 will be on Netflix September 9th.
Oh, can't wait.
September 9th. Okay, cool.
It's addicting. Awesome. It's a good series. Yeah.
But so Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, that's like the runner-up. That's like right next to Rocky. So
I got you. So what is it about Rocky, Noah, that you like? Why at such a young age? There are I come across this on my tours from time to time. I meet kids as young as 6 years old that are so into Rocky, it blows my mind. At 6 years old, I was trying to figure Velcro, but like, what is it for you about the character of Rocky in 2022 that has you hooked?
Well, for me, the character Rocky is it's just the joy of him. I mean, this character, he goes through a lot of painful stuff. I mean, he grew up. I know he had a rough life as a kid. A lot of bad stuff happens to him, but the main thing is he remains joyful. You know, he remains a good spirit for everything that happens, and he also is a fighting spirit. He's a good spirit, and everything about this character, he's so positive, and he is a real motivation for me. And even in the modern day, you know, having Rocky here, he's still here, and his movies will always be here, and the character himself is it's more just that everything that happens in his life, and he still stays a positive person. He still stays who he is, and I would say that's the main thing for him. And he's also a fighting spirit. You know, he can go for a lot of punches, and he can stay up. So that's one of the things for him. So he just
keep punching. Keep punching. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's
in your mind when you're out and about and you're thinking you're on a different topic, and the word Rocky comes up. What's the image that is in your mind? Do you see him as Rocky 4, Rocky 1, Rocky Balboa? How do you see Rocky?
I think it will always be the original Rocky from '76. I think that's the Rocky that I fell in love with first. Right. I mean, I love the '80 action Rocky from Rocky 3 and 4. Those movies are fun, but the Rocky 1, 2, and then even like Balboa, those are the movies that I think have the most heart. I mean, Rocky 3 has still a lot of heart, and so is Rocky 4. and Rocky 5. But
no, we all agree on that. That's but there is something different with 1, 2 in Balboa. There is something. They're almost otherworldly. They're just
a little extra
else. Yeah, and that is the thing that amazes me, that someone like yourself in this day and age, when there's so much around all of us to distract us, you can hold on to a character from 1976 when the world was a vastly different universe.
That's true.
When there's so much you could be doing with your time, you take some of your very valuable time and you apply it to Rocky, and I find that fascinating. What's the decision to do your YouTube channel, your podcasting? When do you fall asleep at night saying, I think I might have something to say? Do you watch other podcasts? I'm interested in that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, my Stallone Kid channel. Well, first, I've been a Stallone fan for a very long time. I love his stuff. I love talking about it. So I had my Cobra Kai channel before this, and I sort of had an audience there. It was around November of last year, around the Rocky Board Director's Cut, and there wasn't too much of channels talking about the stuff besides you guys. I didn't see too much stuff. And even in Cobra Kai, there's a lot of Cobra Kai channels. There's this one channel called Cobra Kai Kid, and he's just like this huge channel where he covers everything. He gives news updates, just like this fun place where the community can just go to. And I think that's why that was motivation for my Stallone Kid. I wanted to bring all the news and updates of Stallone stuff. I want to bring fun and excitement to the things. I mean, you guys are doing it perfectly, but I just wanted to do some of that. And it's been a great passion to just talk about this stuff, you know. So it's been doing very well, and I've been a little slow on it because I've been really busy on my other channel, but it's I think that was the motivation for it, just building like a community for all these fans, because there's still a lot of them out there, and I wanted to do that. And especially me as a young age, I feel like it's just more different and it can put a new energy to it. So it was just I think that was motivation for it, just doing all that. And the videos I do on there is more of all sorts of stuff. Like I rank some of the movies, you know. I have a little podcast of my own called Stallone Network, and all sorts of fun stuff. And it's been great. I love making the videos. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Stacy, did you hear him say what I think he said? He said he's doing his podcast for fans.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that, Stallone Kid. That, to me, that is very, very noble. Not like curing cancer noble. I understand that. But it's noble in the fact that you just want to give back to other fans like yourself. I love that. I really, really do.
I love and you are going to be introducing, because you're a young man, you're going to be introducing other young people. It's funny. I was in line. Actually, Mike, I didn't tell you this. I'm in line grocery shopping. I have one of my Rocky t-shirts on, and this young woman, she must be maybe a few years older than you, 18, 19. She's like, oh, I've heard of that movie. And of course, I'm like, I've heard of that movie. Like, are you kidding me? I said, well, I'm giving you, I'm like, I'm giving you homework. I said, the next 6 days, you have 6 movies to watch. And she was laughing and she wrote it down. She pulled out her phone. She started watching the Rocky Files. I said to her, I said, this, my friend, is a tool bag for life. You have got to watch these movies. And so, Noah, for you, I just think what kids are facing, the conversations I'm having with my daughter, and the weirdness and the confusing things that they're facing is just like, I don't know, to see a young person like yourself just be like, look, this is what life is. You got to be tough. You got to get up. You got to keep going. You still got to show up to work sick. You know what I'm saying? You got to, unless it's COVID, of course, but you know what I'm saying? You have grit and hustle. You know what I'm saying? And I think you learn that from Rocky, and I've watched some of your videos, and I said it in your intro, you definitely have an old soul quality about you. There's a maturity about you. And I tend to think that maybe that came through because of the lessons you learned while watching all 6 of those films.
Of course. Yeah. Rocky, it's a real example that movies are not just for entertainment. It really changes people's life. And even when I watched it, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like I watched Rocky Balboa a little as a kid, but I really started watching the franchise around Creed 2. So I am more of a newer fan, but like when I did watch it, it did help me to start making better decisions, like either just start working out or stop hanging out with a certain sort of group, and just always say like, what would Rocky do in this situation? That's what one thing. So, and yeah, even with the people that have not seen, I talked to a lot of people that have not seen Rocky, and I say, well, what do you think? What do you think Rocky is? And like, well, it's a boxing film. Like, yes, but no. Yes, but no. It's a lot. It's a lot more than that. But I don't want to push on them. I'm like, listen, you got to check this out. You got to check it out. So yeah, I've been trying to get my friends and even my whole family. We all love Rocky. So I introduced it to my family. They all love it.
Yeah.
So it's been great. It's been great. And so yeah, definitely I'm trying to get some of my friends to them. So hopefully they watch it soon.
I find that fascinating. You know, you introduced it to your family. Usually the family introduces it to you.
To the kids, yeah.
And Stacy, I think you said it right. He is really like an old soul. No, you are, because when you first came on the screen, I saw your face and then I heard your voice. And when I heard your voice, you sounded like a bill collector that was going to break my legs if I didn't have $80 I needed to pay. Okay. I thought,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So it really, you really are an interesting young man, honestly, because like Stacy said, the decisions and the concepts and the I guess the life problems these kids are facing today, they're not like the problems I faced as a kid or Stacy faced as a kid. You know, I remember my father sitting me down saying, Michael, this fedora you're wearing, it's important to you? This leather jacket. It's July and you're wearing leather and a fedora. Is this something you want to talk about? So that's the decisions that my parents had to walk me through with Rocky. But the kids today, it's another ballpark, man, with the bullying and finding their identification and all these things. And and maybe we all did that at one point, finding our identifications and who we are.
Right.
What when it comes to you, what you mentioned something earlier I want to go a little deeper with. You talked about some of the lessons you learned from Rocky. Do you have something off the top of your head or written down that is a little more specific that helped you? Something you saw in a movie from Rocky that you just used in everyday life?
Well, yeah. Like I said a little bit before, it was more that that being joyful in the hard times, because you know a lot of bad stuff does happen, but just remaining happy and remaining like who you are truly in those situations will really help you out a bit more and help other people with it too. So I think that was the main thing. And also just do stuff that you don't want to do, but you know it's good for you. I feel like as far as either working out, eating better, or either just doing all sorts of stuff in life, I feel like Rocky's a good example of that. And so those are the two main things I would say. So yeah, they always help me in my life. You know, Rock is like a back pocket motivation for me whenever I need it. So whenever I'm in a rough situation, I always think of that. So that's one thing I think Rocky would always be.
Stacy, could you imagine? Listen to what he just said. If you could put Rocky in your back pocket, like put Rocky in a bottle and just bottle that and keep it there.
Yeah.
And when you need it most, you just pull it out, you set him on your shoulder, and Rocky just gives you that inspiration that you need to keep moving forward, keep punching, all the metaphors that we are very familiar with. Noah, you're impressing me. I got to tell you. You're impressing me. You're definitely on the level, man.
Thank you. And your reviews, you know, you review everything, all of Stallone's movies. I remember the very first one on your channel. You should see this shelf he has in his room. Every Stallone DVD.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it's this. I mean, you know how many movies he's done, 1 million movies, and it looks like you if you don't have all of them, you have most of them. They're all there.
Well, I do have a lot. Yeah, I mean, I have seen every Stallone movie. I was around quarantine. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna start from the beginning, all the way back to like this 1973. I think it's called like No Place to Hide, all the way up to modern day. And I watched all 50 of his movies. I love them all. Even Stop a Man Will Shoot. That has some good moments. I'm not gonna lie, it was all right. But it was. I love all his films, and just Sylvester Stallone as a person, like he is a great person. He really puts a lot of motivation to people. His quotes and wisdom, I think, is what the new generation needs. And he speaks his truth and who he is in his films and as his acting. And we see in a lot of stuff. So Sylvester Stallone's great. I'm a huge fan of him. All his movies. Rocky is definitely one of my favorite. It is my favorite. Yeah. He's my favorite. He's my favorite character of all cinema. So, but
Wow.
But yeah.
I'm curious. So, because we always, when we have a young person on, it's either mom or dad or somebody in the family introduce them And for you, it's in the reverse. So how did you first come across Rocky? Was it just random on TV? Was there a friend, or how did that happen?
Yeah. So, well, I'll say this first. I love movies. I just love movies. Okay. So I just dive into franchises all the time.
Okay.
From either like hundreds of years ago to like modern day. I love cinema. So, but it was around Creed 2. Well, actually, no, I watched Rocky Balboa when I was a kid. I don't remember too much about it, but I always knew who Rocky was.
Okay.
And but I think it was around Creed 2 when that was coming out. I wasn't able to go to Creed 2 in theater. I wanted to, but I wasn't able to. But I was like, all right, I should check this stuff out. And I thought Rocky would just be this boxing movie, and I was expecting too much about it. And I checked out the first film. It was around late 2018, and I just fell in love with that first film. And then I finished all the films in about like a week or so. And just that character, seeing that character involved from this like 30-year-old broken down fighter to where he is in Creed 2. You know, it's just amazing. And I just love it. And then ever since then, I've been a huge Stallone fan and a huge Rocky fan. I started looking at other stuff. I think Rambo was the next one. I was able to see Last Blood in theater, which was fun. So Rocky. I think that's how I got into Rocky. It was more just finding out on my own with finding out the Creed 2 stuff. I searched up who's the Rocky, all the stuff, and I just sort of just figured it out. And as I fell in love with it more, of course, I showed my family it, and of course they loved it. I think that's how I got into that. So yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So what's the future looking like for the Stallone Kid? Like once you cross a certain age, will it be the Stallone adult? Will it be the Stallone senior citizen? Like how long will you keep your podcast going? And what do you want to do? Because I sense in you the Force, Luke. No, that's another franchise that I love.
Yeah.
No, but I do get a feeling from you like you have a little bit of a direction in your life where you want to go as a future. What is that?
Yeah, so I'm not sure on everything, but what I will say, one of the passions, it has to be creating something. Whether it's film, I know I'd love to be an actor or a director, writer, or something to do with film, or it would have to be creating videos, or YouTube videos. Whether it's my Corporate Kai channel, which I'm working hard on, which is doing very well, or I'm probably gonna be doing both. And these channels, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. It's been a passion, but I never really got it until there's something I was actually passionate about.
Right.
I done like gaming, I done vlogs, all sorts of stuff, and I was more doing it for the response. I wanted like the views, I wanted the likes, and it was more of that stuff.
Yeah.
But the stuff with the Cobra Kai and Karate Kid and the Rocky stuff or the Stallone Kid stuff, I didn't think I even was planning to be a YouTuber. I just like loved talking about it, and I just wanted to talk about it, and that's how I got the audience. So I think that's how you do it. And of course, you guys have an insane.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah, you guys have an amazing passion, and that's why your podcast is doing great, because you guys are longtime fans, you have a passion for it, and it brings a realness to all the fans of it. So I think that's the one thing. But as far as the future go, I'm not sure. We'll see where it goes. But at the time, I just love talking about Stallone, love talking about all the stuff, and I'm just happy making these videos. But we'll see where it goes in the future. But yeah. And as far as the name, I'm not sure. I never thought of that actually. So we'll see how that turns out.
As long as you don't go Stallone's _S, Stallone's Kid. As long as you don't do that, I don't think you're going to have any problems.
Right.
I think you're going to be fine on that. That is kind of funny, actually.
Yeah.
Stacy, before we let this young man go, what else you got on? Anything else you want to ask him or bring up?
No, you answered everything beautifully, and it just warms my heart when we find a young person who gets it, really gets it like into their bones. You like absorb it and into your heart and soul. And all I can say is just keep going, because Mike, like you said, what kids are facing, it's just a whole plethora of new realities that I think make life even more confusing than it was, like you said, in the 70s. So, and I think Rocky can provide direction and help you prioritize about what's most important. And I think young people need that so badly right now. So just keep doing what you're doing, my friend, and spread it around to your friends, because gosh, we should make it a high school graduation requirement.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Right?
Have Rocky. You know what we ought to have? This is a great idea, Stacy. It really, and again, this is why you bring so much intelligence to the podcast.
Thank you.
They should have 2 mandatory classes.
Yes.
They should have a class on like house economics, on how to write a check, how to balance your checkbook,
Right.
how to plug in the vacuum, to how to empty the garbage can when it's overflowing.
Yeah.
If there are dishes in the sink, don't wait for your partner to do them. You go and do
Yes.
them. Okay. That should be one class. And then the other class should be all about Rocky, what we learned from Rocky.
Right.
All right.
True.
Because I'm telling you, it's going to be far better than what I learned in Latin or French.
Yeah.
French
Oh,
class.
gosh.
Okay.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years of French and Latin, and I remember squat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same.
Listen, no, but no, before you go, I want to ask this of everybody because I love this question. I love everybody's answers. You have 30 seconds in an elevator with Sylvester Stallone. What do you say to him?
Wow. Well, it's a difficult question, but well, I would first just say, well, I'd introduce myself, of course, but I would say thank you for everything you've done, and that's the main thing I would say before I even ask for a photo autograph, which I would like. I would just want to say thank you. I know he hears all the time, and I know he's been doing this for 40 years, but just me saying thank you, because it does not only just bring joy to me, entertainment, it really just brings motivation to me, and it really just, it gives me directions on a lot of stuff. So I would say thank you for him, and I know he created Rocky, and he really brought this magic to life. And he is the person, and I just want to honestly thank you to him. And I think that's it. I would just want to say thank you. And how I would say that, I would just say thank you. I watched Rocky. It was not the best time of my life, and I just started making better decisions because of you. And I would also say, like, listen, the movie came out like 40, 46, 45 years ago, and it's still motivating people to this day, and it always will for what you're creating. And I think that's what I would say. So yeah, and then if there was time to get in a picture or do something like that, of course. But I think that would be my main thing I would say to him there. Yeah.
No, that's perfectly said. It really is, because think about it. If people came up to you and thanked you for something you did a long time ago that was still paying dividends to their lives mentally, right, emotionally, but who would hate that? Nobody.
Right.
I promise you, Sly would love to hear that thank you. He would be so humbled by that.
Yeah.
Believe me, he would be, because that's who he is. It shocks him sometimes that kids today, like I mentioned earlier, love this character of Rocky so much. And the fact that you get it, my friend, is absolutely wonderful. I want to thank you, Noah, so much for being here, for taking time out of your busy day. I am I know you've been harassing me. You've been stalking me. You've been standing outside my door at night with a giant radio blasting.
Say anything.
So I promise you, I am going to watch your YouTube channel. I do want to check it out. I want to see what you're saying about Sly, and I want to see also what's going on with Cobra Kai. You were a huge recommendation for Stacy, and as always, Stacy hits it out of the ballpark. So, my friend, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Great job.
And thank you for letting me on. Once again, I've been watching you guys for a while, especially Mike Kunda. Seeing you. And I know a documentary you did. It was just amazing. So just seeing another fan who really understands in this community. It's just beautiful. I know there's a lot of communities in film where people, they get upset at each other over debates, what character like more. There's a lot I see a lot of that, but in Rocky, it's just pure love. And
it is.
And I know there's a little trouble happening right now, but in the end, it's always the Rocky fans like you guys which make it that joy. So thank you guys for letting me on this podcast. I really appreciate it. And keep punching.
Keep punching.
Keep punching, my friend.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, my friend.
You did good on that one, Stace.
Thank you. He did so good.
That kid was awesome. That kid was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. They come. Like that one hit me out of left park. Like it really did. Left field, rather. Like it really. I didn't expect as much from this young man as he gave today. So I am very proud of him. I think whatever this young man does, he is going to be very successful at.
Yeah.
He said not exactly sure, but it's got to be something creative. That's what he's got to do.
That's
something.
He has direction. I mean, and I suppose when we were kids, all the adults looked at us and went, "Oh my God, we're doomed."
Yeah.
Because I do that. I'm sorry. I see young people and they just lack direction. They lack, I don't know, answers. It's almost like they can't think for themselves. Like, have your own opinion on something. I don't know. We could
but look
talk
what he
long
said
on that.
But the one thing he said, Stacy, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but this is
Okay.
you know me. I mean, I forget everything. I don't know where I am. Where am I? He said one thing that was so interesting. When he wanted to be a YouTuber. He wanted to get the clicks. He wanted to get the likes and the views.
Yes.
And then after a little bit, he's only 15. After a little bit, none of that mattered anymore.
Yeah.
He wanted to do it for the passion, right?
Right.
So that's why we do it. That's what I do. It's for the passion of it. It's not for the likes. It's not to get thousands or millions of people watching you. You just want to talk about this. And I'm so sick and tired of talking to the wall. I get to talk to all of you guys. And this kid gets it at 15 people.
15.
Think about that. In this time and age, that's a monumental thing for a young man of that age to bring about. So
right. And that's my point. That's exactly my point. He warms your heart. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, there's somebody out there with a level of maturity that's getting that it's in, and he's interpreting life the way we would want a Rocky person to interpret life.
Yeah, he gets it.
Right, he gets it. And so whatever he's gonna create, it's gonna be meaningful, full of heart. You know what I mean?
So.
He's gonna do great. That's wow. Easy peasy.
So.
Listen,
before we do plugs and so on, I have a person here who's somewhat injured.
Oh.
I have yo, that's brisk, baby. Too much of the Lipton tea. Lost my leg at a diabetes.
Diabetes.
All right, so here's what happened. I don't know if you people remember this. I have talked about this figure before. This is the Lipton tea, iced tea figure from back in the 90s.
Yes,
when Sly did that. Who keeps ringing the bell? What's the matter, Rocky? Gotta go to the body. So this is on my shelf. It fell. It broke in several pieces. I mostly put it back together, but the problem is the waist. I know it looks small here, but I need something to hold it up on the stand.
Yeah.
So I have a flat piece of wood, and underneath the shoe, there's little pegs that it rests on. But because it's so top heavy, it tends to lean forward. Yeah. So I've been given advice to get a hair dryer, heat this vinyl plastic, and then bend it back because it'll be pliable.
Right.
But what I don't trust myself. I think I'll just deform it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that type of touch. So I thought if any of you guys out there have an idea, maybe Mr. Babcock, he's pretty good with his concepts. I need some type of a metal ring that goes around the waist that I can drill into the wood plate to hold it up. I don't know, but I went to Michael's and they have stuff like that, but it doesn't fit this. So if you guys got any type of ideas, you guys can email me at the Yo Philly Rocky Film Tour, or you can email us at the Rocky Files on Instagram.
Right. Perfect. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of creative people out there.
I hope so. Something. Because Rocky's in a drawer. He's in the desk drawer, just sitting in there. And it's weird because I'll be sitting back there, like at the desk, I'll be sitting back there and I'll be doing some writing. Right. And then when you get not bored, but you're stuck on something, I'm there and my brain starts going, I'm in the drawer. Check you out of the drawer. I'm in the drawer. I go, what? Are you talking to me? And he opened up and he goes, fix me.
Oh,
so someone has to come up with, give me an idea, because this thing is talking to me now. I see it at the hall, at the bathroom, when I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. It's becoming a real issue. Yeah. So either I'm nuts or it's coming to life. So you tell me.
Right. We'll have to take a poll on which that is.
Yeah. Is Mike crazy or is the doll coming to life? You all saw Chucky, right?
Yes.
Stacy, what plugs you got?
Oh, all right. Let me think. My plugs are happy birthday to Brian Safard one more time. Happy 50th, my friend.
Happy 50th.
And as always, you can find me at Had Me at Yo and the Rocky Files on Instagram and at the Rocky Files podcast on Facebook. And Michael, where can people find you?
Am I cross-eyed? I'm looking like are my eyes going this way? Am I right?
No, you're fine.
Am I fine?
I promise.
I fell and hit my head earlier, so I recovered. So you can find me at the Old Philly Rocky Film Tour on Instagram. And you know what? Don't worry about TikTok because TikTok sucks. Forget about TikTok. Yeah. They're animals over there.
Yeah.
As Carmela Soprano would say, animals. They are animals. Anyways, Stacy, I missed you last week. Thank you for covering. Thank you for taking good care of us. And hey, listen, I have a book. That's right. I forget I wrote a book. Can you believe that? I forgot it. Cue the Rocky music. You can go to Amazon to find it there, barnesandnoble.com. And it makes a great stocking stuffer gift for the Christmas holiday season. The Pretender, The Dream is Real. You can see that on Peacock, Amazon Prime, Tubi Television, Vimeo. It's out there, man. Jimmy Toscano and his team brought to life and made sense of my life. So anyways, Stace, listen, another great show.
Another great show.
Another great show.
See you next time. Keep punching.
Bye, everybody.